volunteers and organizers. We put in countless hours to make all of this possible. Today, millions are gathered across the country with a message of no kings. At a time when we should be celebrating 250 years of no kings. We know we don't have a king, simply a wannabe king. A pompous president who's building a ballroom, plating everything with gold, ruling via executive order, subverting the tenets of federalism, and consolidating power in himself. He uses our taxes to fund his personal vendettas, crashes the stock market, changes tariffs at will, insults our allies, and has imperialist ambitions. And hearing his cabinet speak about him, you think maybe he does rule by divine right in their eyes. Now, if I said more, it would start to sound like the Declaration of Independence. But this is why we say no kings. No kings! No kings! No oligarchs! No oligarchs! Later today, we will march to the mansion of Henry McMaster, a true Trump loyalist, who heeded the call and sent 200 of our National Guard troops on a politically motivated stunt to what amounted to picking up trash, walking around D.C., and paraphrasing Trump here, pounding kids. But before we march, there is other business I think we need to attend to. In March, we only had a few hundred attendees. Most media outlets were uninterested. Politicians were nowhere to be seen. And local organizations viewed us with a healthy dose of skepticism. Today, we stand thousands strong. Our coalition partners value us and we love them. Politicians are taking notice, and the media is publishing protest safety guides, conducting interviews with organizers, and helping spread our message. We stand at the precipice of real change in the Palmetto State. Can we do it? Will you fight to change our voting system and stand firm against gerrymandering? Will you fight for the right of all children to receive a quality education? Will you fight for the workers and small businesses against billion-dollar conglomerates? Will you fight against the warrantless abductions and construction of concentration camps? Will you show up November 18th at 2 p.m. to fight the abortion ban? Will you show up January when the state legislature reconvenes? The next one's going to take some commitment. Will you get out and vote in every election between now and 2028? No, they're cooked. Protests do matter. Protests do matter. They may not immediately change policy or culture, but they can stir something within your soul. And if you can take that passion and find a group out here that shares it and turn it into action, then truly the protest has been effective. One last note. I am no Dwight D. Eisenhower, but allow me to warn you of the dangers of the outrage industrial complex. Media profits from our anger. The algorithms feed us rage because it keeps you locked in, doom scrolling for hours. Laced with the sensationalism is misinformation, disinformation, gaslighting, and outright propaganda. We must work to push back against the corporations that profit from division and the politicians that capitalize on it. On social media, we need to be aware of the bots and the trolls of adversarial nations that would love nothing more than for us to destroy ourselves. The tribalism that used to divide us is mutating into something much uglier, much deadlier. Let not the hate consume you, as despite our differences, we share more in common with MAGA than MAGA shares with Donald Trump or Elon Musk. Most Americans face similar pressures and want similar things. The same cannot be said for the top 1%. Let us uphold our value of inclusion and accessibility and leave the othering and division to them. Which takes me back to today and our role in a deep red state. Our existence, our love, our growing size flies in the face of their accusations, their propaganda, their hate. To keep their supporters in line and looking away as they violate the Constitution, they are counting on us. They need us to falter and to be who they say that we are. Johnson says that this is a Hate America rally. It is my view that we're trying to stop executive overreach and protect the Constitution. I always like to note that the flag behind me, I had flown with me in Afghanistan in 2011. There is no hate for America in my heart, but a desire to do better. We're here to fight Trump. He has signed an executive order that tried to end birthright citizenship, which is clearly stated in the 14th Amendment, with 100+ years of jurisprudence. Trump has said we took away the freedom of speech in relation to flag burning, again, an established freedom. Stephen Miller called us left-wing terrorists, and Trump called us insurrectionists. Let me ask this: if you have ever sworn an oath to the Constitution, would you please raise your right hand? That's what I thought. To quote Trump, am I watching things on television that are different from what's happening? Yes, Mr. President, go touch grass. That's not on the golf course. So, beware the outrage industrial complex. Do not feed it, lest it continue to grow and lead us to ruin. We can and will confront injustice, but let us endeavor to do it in a manner that is consistent with the America that we want, not the America that we have. Lastly, let me express my pride and admiration to everyone here. Soon we will march shoulder to shoulder in solidarity against despotism. These are the rights I swore to defend when I took the oath of enlistment. These are the times that I am proud to be an American. Today, millions of Americans will live our motto, E pluribus unum, or, to put it another way, the people united will never be defeated.
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 It is my deep honor to welcome to the stage next Lawrence Moore with Carolina for All.
Boy, it's a pleasure to be out here with all my people. Hey, I want to say one time, we the people!
We the people!
We run this!
We run this!
Yeah, this is our country!
This is our country!
We the people!
We the people!
Yep, I'm so proud to be in front of y'all today. be out here to do this peaceful protest, to show our resistance to the things that are going on in D.C. They need to listen to us. They need to do what we ask them to do. They work for us. That's our dime they running this country on. Everybody out here pay taxes. Or you will have to at some point. So, yes, this is our country. We demand that we have a democracy, and we will have a democracy because we the people. I want to make sure everybody take all the opportunities they can going forward to do as much as you can to protect our democracy. It's so important. One of the problems we got now is people are not accustomed to some of the things with democracy, some of the requirements, the responsibilities, like making sure you know more about your elected officials. Make sure the person you elect can have character, that won't go around snatching up women and children off the street. Make sure you're not like our leader, Lindsey Graham, that'll change his story every time you see him. It's depending on what he needs. So, we the people must show all of these dictator-like, fascist people that we are not going to tolerate anybody taking our rights away. That we came too far and doing this too long not to be responsible and respectful of each other. 250 years we've been out here. 250 years we've been fighting back against people that want to take advantage of the next person. We need to be responsible and respectful of each other to have a country that's going to operate peacefully. So I want to ask everybody out here, if you got time, during October the 20th through the 31st, reach out to Carolina for All. Reach out, and also I got to mention my other organization that is so important. The Alliance for the Retired Americans. I'm the president of the South Carolina chapter of the Alliance for Retired Americans. And we're going to be out there also, making sure that everybody go out and vote. But October 20th through the 31st is early voting for the November 4th election. So please, get involved, do what you have to do to save our democracy. We the people, Lord, Lord.
Thank you, Lawrence. All right, next up, I would like to invite Will McCorkle, who is going to speak on authoritarianism. I hope.
A happy subject there. There we go. Well, thank you all for being out here today. This is an amazing crowd. And right now, this is the moment, this is the window that we have to push with everything we have. So again, my name is Will McCorkle. I'm an education professor, an immigrant activist, and what's going on right now in this country and in this state is a clear version of this authoritarianism. And it's not just Trump in DC, it's what's happening right here in South Carolina. It's local jurisdictions deciding to align with ICE. And you know, at the beginning of this year, there were only 2 counties in South Carolina that had 287G agreements with ICE. And now there's over 20. And that's because of Alan Wilson, Henry McMaster, Lindsey Graham, Nancy Mace, trying to push this in our communities. And what this means is that life is more difficult and more dangerous for immigrants across our state, and we're becoming more of a police state because of it. I was just up in Chicago last weekend at the protest at the ICE Detention Center. And the message I have for you all is what's going on right now with ICE and their attack on immigrants is an attempt to basically implement fascist control in this nation. They're starting with undocumented immigrants, and then they're going to people with visas, and then people with green cards, and then naturalized citizens, and then they're going after dissidents. This is the game plan that they're doing. This is what Nazi Germany did. And so we have to push back with everything we have. We can't accept this conduct from ICE. We can't accept this lawlessness. And I want to end you with one story. I have a good friend from Russia who lives in Germany, and I was over there visiting him right when the war was starting between Russia and Ukraine in 2022. And I was asking him, what's going on with protests in Russia? Are people out in the streets? And he told me, you know what, at this point it's not worth it. Putin has so much control that if you even try to protest, they're just going to shut everything down and put everyone in jail. And in this moment, what I realize is that's where we're heading towards. If we don't stand up right now with everything we have, that's our future. And so right now, go out in the streets, tell your neighbors that this is the moment, this is the hour that we have to act. Sometimes you hear that activism. Sometimes you hear that activism is a marathon. And in some ways that's true, but right now it's a sprint. We have a closing window to get active, so thank you all for being out here, and please share this news and continue this activism in your day-to-day lives.
All right, next I will have the pleasure of introducing our friend Brian from Somerville. Brian.
How y'all doing? Before I get into my thing, I just want to point out one particular protester, the young lady with the red hand over her face. Big shout out for bringing attention to a cause, missing Indigenous women, that I don't think gets any coverage or enough coverage at all. Today I want to share with you one of the most enduring story about the most enduring peace vigil that's existed, right? It's in front of the White House. In 1981, it was established. It's been there for 44 years. Imagine a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week peace vigil and anti-nuclear armament vigil existing for 44 years. Well, you can't now, because Donald Trump tore that shit down. And then he arrested the individuals that were holding the peace vigil because they weren't moving fast enough for him. 44 years, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week that happened. The same day they did that, they tore down the Flair USA tent in DC. They violated their permit. Why? Because Trump is too thin-skinned to have dissent in his own backyard. The good news is the people at Flair want it, and the people at the Peace Vigil are fighting it. But I'm bringing this up for a reason. It's starting in DC. It absolutely is starting in DC, but it's going to end here. It's going to end in the state capitals. It's going to end in your towns. They want to take away your First Amendment right? They want to take away your right to be you, to say what you want to say, think what you want to think. That sounds like what they accused us of for the last 40 years. Doesn't it? Yeah. Sorry. Thanks to the likes of Brian Glenn, a Fox News reporter who's now dictating policy for the United States, we're losing our First Amendment right. We're losing it more and more every single day. I don't know if any of you were here for the first one in February. Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna end my speech with the way I ended my speech in February, if y'all remember who I am. And that's, you might have come here by yourself, right? You might not know too many people, or you might have come here with a group of people. Get someone's phone number that you agree with, that you like their sign, and coordinate, right? Protest all day, every day. If you have a free minute, organize an overpass protest. If you have the opportunity to organize something in your community, be it permanent or not permanent, do that shit. Why? Because they're taking our rights away more and more every single day. We do not live in the United States of America anymore. We now live under a fascist dictator. Thank you, guys.
And next we have our wonderful Lynn T. for the League of Women Voters.
It's so wonderful to see everybody here today and all this enthusiasm. You know that the foundation of our government is supposed to be the sovereignty of the people, choosing our representatives in elections in which we not only vote, but know that our vote matters. That is in very bad shape right now. Political scientists tell us that what we're heading for is politely called competitive authoritarianism. For years, we have watched while Russians and others went to the polling place and voted, but everyone knew ahead of time what the answer would be. That is where we have been going by design in this country. We go to the voting booth, but who actually has made the decision? Gerrymandering is the most useful tool they have for doing this. South Carolina's General Assembly is horribly gerrymandered. Our congressional districts are gerrymandered. They're designed to protect incumbents and parties. They are not designed to reflect the communities that are in them. It is possible because federal and state courts allow it. The U.S. Supreme Court in Rucho versus Common Cause made a giant hole in our ability to ask for a nonpartisan gerrymandering, redistricting. Went on to rule against the NAACP in the case about South Carolina's CD1, and just recently, in the past several months, the South Carolina Supreme Court has ruled against the League of Women Voters of South Carolina in our attempt to bring a case under the state constitution. CD1, that's congressional district where if you want to get from the north part to the south part without going through another district, you better swim or have a boat. We are right now in the same district as downtown Charleston. So how do they justify what they're doing? Well, they say it's good politics. No, it's destroying representative democracy. They say that they are following the founders of our nation. Well, our founders, they were a variable bunch, and I think many of them agree with the founders who believe that only white male property owners should have a voice. Probably the same founders who argued to protect slavery. We are now in yet another stage of terrible danger. Just this week, the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments in Louisiana v. Calais, in which they could put a final nail in the coffin of the Voting Rights Act, the act that allows the post-Civil War amendments to be properly protected. They would, if they ruled against Calais and for Louisiana, the Voting Rights Act is effectively dead. And so is our ability to prevent gerrymandering on the basis of race. Ralph Norman has already said that he wants to change CD6 here in South Carolina, Representative Clyburn's district at present. I would say CD6 is doomed if they decide for Louisiana. So, they want us to just be quiet. They want us to sit down and be quiet while they redesign our government in their own benefit. We must continue to protest. It is so wonderful to see the great turnout here today. Clearly, everyone here cares for our state, country, cares for our state, loves our country. What else can we do? We have to register to vote, and then we have to get out there and vote in every election. There are no elections that don't matter. There are some where it's extremely difficult to overcome the gerrymander, but there are districts in South Carolina where if we all show up, we can give them a big surprise. Their design will fail. They will fail. So I just really want to thank you all for your love of the country, love of the state, and love of our democracy.
Next up, I'm inviting Nicole Sanchez with Better About SC.
We are out here today because we are rejecting kings. Yes. But that's not the whole picture. This is just the latest iteration of the erosion of our democracy. We just heard from the unstoppable Lynn T about how we across the country and this state are gerrymandered. But there are other things that we can do. There are other reforms that we can make that will make a difference. And the one that I am talking about today is ranked choice voting. Yes. Ranked choice voting has the potential to bring us together and take the temperature down. It is used across the country already. 14 million Americans have voted this way, and in Alaska we have a common sense majority that is focusing on the real bread and butter issues that our state needs, well, their state needs and our state needs as well. So, ranked choice voting gives us more choice and more voice. So when I say more, you say choice. When I say more a second time, you say voice. We got this? All right, more? Voice. More? Voice. Lovely, but let's see if we can do better. One more time. More? Voice. More? Voice. Excellent, excellent. Let's take the temperature down of our government. Let's make this more productive. Let's stop this gridlock. And you can do this by visiting the Better Ballot booth right over there. We're contacting our legislators. We're signing up to learn more. We are moving forward. And let's move forward together. All right, people? Yeah.
All right, a little bit of housekeeping that I realized that I did not do. So, this is a buck. This is the big buck. So, if you see these red pucks, our marshals, they will be making sure that everybody is acting in a safe manner, de-escalating as needed, and will be keeping the march going in the right direction and on time. We are going to go nice and slow. My goal is about a 35-ish mile pace, right? So nice, slow, leisurely walk. The puck over here is my 5051 volunteer. These are volunteers from 5051. They will be able to answer your questions or get you in touch with the people that can answer your questions. Thank you for that intermission. I would now like to invite Neil.
Good afternoon, South Carolina. As Sam said, I'm Neil with the chair of the South Carolina Labor Party. It's truly inspiring to see so many beautiful people gathered here at the State House. This shows that we have the numbers to get things done so long as we work together as one voice. The people's voice will not be silenced by a tyrant who believes himself a king. This country, founded by the people and for the people, no longer listens to the will of the people. Instead, your voting power has become tied to your net worth. The democracy that makes this country great has been shackled by the chains of oligarchy. It is up to us and the people to correct this injustice. The American people have been sold out to the corporations by lobbyists and self-serving politicians using our own tax dollars. Why is it that we can send our troops to fight and die in foreign wars, yet we can't take care of them once they get home? We can bail out failing corporations, but we can't provide relief for those who are living paycheck to paycheck. When it comes to the budget, we question the affordability of universal health care, but will happily pay millions militarizing our streets to abduct people from their homes. The billionaires have convinced you that the issue is not the 1% who hoard the majority of the nation's wealth. They've told you it's the immigrant who is taking your job. They've told you it's queer folks who have a nefarious agenda. They've told you it is women who want rights to their own reproductive journey who are responsible for the decline of this country. We know instead it is the gold-plated gears of the propaganda machine which aims to turn neighbors against each other, brother against brother, parent against child, and red against blue. Democracy does not end at the ballot box in November. Democracy should permeate the lives of every American. From the break room to the boardroom, the voice of the worker will be heard. No more should executives boost their portfolios while the hard-working people of this country can't even put food on their tables. No more can we accept poverty wages while corporations buy our president's affection. The time for negotiations has passed. The people have demands. This country does not and never will have a king. What we have is an oligarchy wearing the false cloak of democracy. When power is concentrated in the hands of billionaires, that is not a republic. It's feudalism with better branding. In a few moments, we're going to march to the governor's mansion. As you take to the streets, remember what we're all here for. A free Palestine. Protect trans kids. Fuck billionaires. Black Lives Matter. And no one is illegal on stolen land. Know that you are not marching alone. We have the distinct honor of being joined today by Reverend Susie Smith. Those who have had the pleasure of working with her have given her the illustrious title of Holy Ghostwriter. Susie has been stirring up some of John Lewis's good trouble longer than I've been alive. It's said that the United Church of Christ's #1 claim to fame is the number of bake sales they've had to hold to pay her bond and fines for every act of civil disobedience she's committed. We are honored to have Susie join us as we demand that our government heeds the people's voice. With Susie at the helm, we are all in good hands.
South Carolina, you're looking good out there. People have been saying that you hate America. I want to hear you say you love America. You know, when we began this journey this time around with Trump, at first they were just saying we were paid protesters, outside agitators, but then it got worse. We became Antifa, we became fascist, but you know why we moved from just being paid protesters to fascist? It's because he's scared. He is scared of the power that you represent because it is the power of the people. And we, the people, will never be defeated. I'll tell you one story. I've been on these State House grounds more times than I can ever remember. But for a long time I was here every Saturday, sitting around the Confederate flag, calling on our state to bring it down. And we showed up Saturday after Saturday after Saturday, calling again and again to bring down that flag. Because that flag did not represent who we are as South Carolinians. And we kept doing it. And we thought it would never end. But then one Saturday morning, almost before dawn, Bree Newsom from North Carolina came and scaled up that flag post, and she brought that flag down. And that's the way it works. Sometimes it takes a crowd like you showing up week after week after week until you're so tired you don't know that you can keep on doing it. And then sometimes it takes a particular person who's brave enough and prepared enough and willing to face any consequence to make something happen. But through it all, we do it together. We are in this movement together. I have some of our Indivisible and 501 people from Greenville who have put this march together behind me. And it has been the greatest honor of my life to learn from them, to follow them, to be able to be in their company as we bring Trump down. Michelle is not here, but wherever you are, Michelle, she sent me an email at 2:30 this morning, and she was talking about what fucking shit it is. What fucking shit it is to come home from work and already still have 216 emails that she has to return before she can go to sleep. And that was at 2:30 this morning. It's that kind of work, friends, that calls on us to be present, to be vigilant, and to keep on walking, keep on talking, keep on marching toward the promised land where there will be no one who ever thinks they are king again. So it's time to march.